Hey guys, and welcome to Tactical Fishing. Thank you guys for joining me today and tuning in to Tactical Fishing. Thank you guys so much for scrolling down and clicking on. We're going to make this very, very simple and basic for you to go out and do what we do, bass fishermen do. And it's going to be your very, very first start in bass fishing. And you can end up like me, fishing for almost 10 years. It's been a lot of fun. Very exciting, very, very great sport to do. So let's get into talking about this. A Texas rig worm. This is the basic of bass fishing. This is how my setup is. This is where I started fishing a Texas rig worm, and that led to a lot of big fish for me, and led me to my very first big fish, and that was a 5-pound largemouth in open water. Through watching other people videos like this, I learned how to, set up a Texas rig, pick the right color, the place, where to throw it at, and I pulled in a 5-pound largemouth for the first time. It was exciting and a lot of fun. I'm going to show you how to do that and show you how to set up a Texas rig. So let's get it started. All right, guys, I'm gonna show you how to set up a Texas rig style lure. Like I said, this is good for beginners, learning how to move a Texas rig worm, because when everything else fails, this is what a lot of bass fishermen go to. They do a drop shot, weightless, Texas rig style. When everything goes wrong, when everything else fades away and they used everything else, you'll see a lot of bass fishermen use they go to worm or Texas rig. Or my favorite setup is a Texas rig style setup with a bullet weight. You can buy these at I suggest, if you're a new beginner and it's your first time, I suggest going to Bass Pro Shops. That way, you have somebody that can show you what to pick out, what line, what lure, and they have help all around. You can ask somebody, they'll be glad to walk you through that. So that's why I suggest Bass Pro Shops. So start off with a bullet weight. You get different sizes, different weights for different situations. So this small creek run, I suggest something like this, something small. So that's your bullet weight, and preferably black. Get you a black bullet weight, because fish tend to be very smart. They see the silver and they know what's going on. So preferably black bullet weight. And what you do is slide that right in. Slide that right through so it looks like this. And then you get your hook. I'm using an open knot hook. This is a 2-ounce, a 2-size open knot hook, but you can use different variations of hooks. This is specifically designed for Texas rig. Really nice. And also they have net rig style, good for rocky areas. So and I'll show you how to do a knot. How I do my knots, I call it the gorilla knot. I mean, you can pull a truck out of the water with a gorilla knot, really good line, especially if you use a 45-pound braid or something like that. I mean, using a gorilla knot, you can pull a truck out of the water. So you put it through like so, and then you give it enough space to work with, enough space. And what I do, how to do a gorilla knot, is I tie it. I give it enough space between the knots, and I knot it again. So you have 2 knots. So now I just simply twist it. Twist that around. And then you look it. And then you pull it. Pull it just enough. And then you start twisting it again. The reason I started doing this not because the knots I were using, they were snapping, they were breaking. Fish were easy. It was easy for fish to bite through it. Bass have some jaw power and teeth. Some bass teeth are sharper than the others, so they can chew right through that. I actually hooked the alligator guard with this, so it tells you how strong this is. So I pull it just enough so it should look like that really crinkly line. So once I get that, I hold it to keep the tightness. Then I knot it 4 times. And I pull it tight, not too tight. I pull it tight enough to get to the curls at the end. So I tie it 4 times. And there you go. That's how the gorilla knot should look. And I bite just enough. I bite just enough. Let's see. Just in case it slips out a little bit, so I have enough space right here. So that is the gorilla knot. Now to Texas rig. Now me, I like to use what I call the fat juicies. The fish, when the fish see this, they love it. And I also love the chartreuse tail. I like using these. Or you can also go for a trick worm style. I suggest using black because black has caught me a lot of fish. I mean, through the years, I've caught 8-pounders, 6-pounders, 7-pounders using a all black trick worm. Matter of fact, I'm gonna use an all black trick worm today. And so you take your hook and you put it through right there. About right here, you see that? And you pull it out about right here. Then you loop her in. You loop it in until it looks like this. Then you proceed to pierce through the worm. Now some people, they do the over the top and they'll do it like this. But I tend to go all the way through the worm, like so. It'll look like that, all the way through. Then I will tuck that in very gently in, not too much. Then I'll pull the weight. I pull that weight through, all the way through to to about that much. To about that much. Then I'll bite it to lock it in place. I bite down on it. Our worm's coming undone. And there you have it. Your weighted Texas rig worm. That's how it should look. Bite at the end. Got your gorilla knot, Texas rig style. And there you have it, your Texas rig worm. So what we're gonna do now, I'm gonna fish this strip all the way down. It's not that much of a strip. It's okay. And so I'm gonna fish just where it's a little waterfall over this way, and I'll fish all the way down. All right, this is where I'm gonna be fishing from that little stream. Run in, and it freezes right here. Fish all the way to that end, and I'm gonna wrap it up and call it a day. I'll probably keep fishing and trying to find some kind of spots, but I'll be using the Texas rig worm. And so let's get to popping.
I know, feel real power start to break when the summer night comes. Down if you cut, bro. 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 Down if you cut. Down if you cut, no.
All right, guys, that's a wrap. Thank you guys for coming out and supporting me and checking out my channel today and learning about Texas rig style fishing with a weight. Thank you guys, and I know it's going to help you to grow and to mature into a great bass fisherman. That's the foundation, and that's why I started. Catches a lot of fish. And so if you enjoyed the video and it's been helpful for you, subscribe to the Nature Boy, Tactical Fish, the Nature Boy, and also remember to like the video. And until next time, remember, keep it popping.
Don't wake me, I'm not dreaming.